Hello, ladies and gents. It's your girl, Miss Charlotte, and you know I love talking about our issues. It is a gorgeous day here. It is 82 degrees, and it is just beautiful. So I'm still practicing social distancing. I just wanted to take a nice drive and just feel this weather and get out of the house for a few minutes. So I put my sundress on and just taking a nice little drive with the windows down. They're up right now because I'm talking to you. But yeah, you know, I think it's okay. You know, I can either jog outside or I can take a nice drive and record a video at the same time. So that's what I'm doing. But I am going to talk about an issue that is going to be kind of sensitive because I'm talking about kids. And it's going to be raw because I'm going to be really real. So fair warning. Also, this may be a bit of a spoiler alert for people who haven't watched the show Atlanta. If you plan on watching that show and you're the type of person that don't want to know about anything, then I would say fast forward a few minutes in this video because I'm about to talk about the episode that motivated me and inspired me to talk about this issue. So I was watching Atlanta, and in this episode, it was about when, as a kid in high school, remember when you get that first designer anything? It could be shoes or clothes or whatever, but you can't even sleep the night before because you know you're going to look good and you can't wait to get to school and show out. So in this particular episode, the kid got a new FUBU shirt. And it was bright yellow and it had black, letters. So he goes to school, but another kid in his class got the same shirt. The only difference is the other kid had a stamp that was right here on the front of the shirt. So all the other kids, they gave the first kid, when he was the first one, they was giving him props and saying, giving him compliments and whatever. And then when the other kids stepped in, they like, oh, and you know how kids are. Kids can be very, very cruel. And they started making fun, saying one of them had on a fake. So this episode played out, and it was just really interesting to see how, we put so much value on clothes and how it affects everything. So long story short, the kid who really had the original shirt on was accused of it being fake, and the kids was just harassing him and bullying him and making fun of him, and the kid committed suicide. Now, it wasn't so much just because of this incident at school, but it turns out that the kid was going through something at home. His parents just recently divorced, and his father bought him that shirt. So it just meant a little bit more. But the part that was so disturbing for me, this whole episode was disturbing, trust me. But the part that really got to me was when the teacher came into the class to announce to the kids that the boy had committed suicide. There were a few of the kids that actually laughed. And, art imitates life, and life imitates art. So this is just not an episode, and, I don't want to hear people saying, oh, it's fictitious. If you've been to high school, and you've experienced personally and or seeing somebody else being bullied. You've seen it or you felt it. So this is real. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it today is because now we're in this quarantine time, and a lot of you are at home with your kids. And so this is a big, big, big ask. I'm asking you to really get to know your child. And I mean for real. Like, what's on their social media? Have you sat down and really just talked to them just to see how they talk? Because you really need to get to know your kid. And the reason why I say that, this is real talk. Some of you got some badass kids and you don't even know it. Bullies for kids. Some of you have kids that steal from others. Some of you have kids that rape other kids. Have you seen that series 13 Reasons? If you haven't seen that series on Netflix, 13 Reasons, you need to see that, because high school is not the same high school that I went to. You have a lot of teen rape. Kids that are in sports, the peer pressure, the drugs. Man, kids are doing drugs like, I'm telling you, if you don't know your child, you better get to know your child today, because your child might be a drug addict or a drug dealer. Your child might have been raped, or your child might be the one doing the raping. Okay, so again, a lot of you, I understand it. You're going to work, you're trying to provide, and it's hard and it's tough. And a lot of you depend on the teachers to do the job for you, or babysitters to do the job for you. But at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility and remember that a child never asked to come here. You brought that child here. You and the other person brought that child here. Whether you planned it together, that's a perfect situation. Two people fall in love and decide they're going to have a kid, and they plan it out. The other situation is two people didn't have self-control, had sex unprotected, rolled the dice, and a kid came out of it. You know, there's so many different situations and circumstances as to why a kid comes into this world. But at the end of the day, the people who brought the child in the world, that's your responsibility. And it's also your responsibility to see what kind of child you are bringing into this world and what kind of adult you have raised to contribute into this society. Are you raising a criminal? Okay, it's too much shaking going on. I need y'all to hear me. Move over on this side, because I need y'all to hear me. This is real talk, and I got to pull over for this, because I need y'all to hear me. And all this shaking going on, I need all this shaking to stop. Listen, some of you are raising criminals, bullies, mean people, thieves. Do you know if that's your child? Get on their social media. Go on your social media platform and find your child and see what they posting. See what they're saying. Okay? Get to know your child and build a relationship and start talking to them, because you brought them here. You brought them here. They're your responsibility, okay? And right now, you're quarantined. You're with them 24/7. Don't be giving them no TV and laptops and iPods and telephones to just go in their room and disappear. Don't just put them off. Don't keep ignoring them. You need to get to know who they are, because they're your responsibility. And you may not even know what's going on. It could be your child that got raped. It could be your child that's being bullied. Talk to your child, find out what is going on in their life. They may need you more now than ever. Some of them might be suffering from depression. But you got to take the time to sit down with them and find out. You got to start a conversation. And you got to do it every single day. Because you know how it was when you was a kid. You know, you rebelled. You didn't want to talk to them. But you had a way to escape. But right now, I say take advantage of this quarantine. Take advantage of being there 24/7. Find out who your child is. Are they having sex? Are they protecting themselves? Are they having like peer pressure? Are they a follower? Are they a leader? Are they easy to manipulate? Do you know your child? Man, I told you I was going to keep this 100% raw and honest, because I'm telling you, I got all of that from just watching that episode, because it hurted me, man. It hurted me to my heart to know that when they told the class that he committed suicide, that some of these kids laughed. Now, some of these kids might have left out of insecurity. You know, everybody wants to try to be cool and act cool. Man, talk to your child. Are they smoking blunts every day? Are they drinking every day? Do they have a gun? Do they want to commit suicide? Are they depressed? Are they a victim? This is your child. You got to be concerned. And right now is a good time to build that relationship and to communicate with your child. That's what I'm asking you to do. I hope you do it. I'm sending you courage, because I know it's not easy, because I know a lot of parents, y'all got your own problems, you got your own issues, you probably smoking blunts yourself, you're probably drinking yourself, and let's keep it real, okay? Humans are good, bad, and evil. Some of you probably don't even know you're the reason your child is the way it is, because you're not even dealing with your own issues. So you need to have this conversation, because you never know. You might get a wake-up call. You might find out that you're the reason they're doing the things that they're doing. But I say get on social media, find your child, find out what they're into, see what they're saying, see how they're reacting to stuff, see if they're twerking all the time. Just see what they're doing. See if they're into porn. Come on now. This is a war, especially if you have kids. Do you want to protect them? Do you want to love them? Or do you want to ignore them? Do you want them to raise themselves? Do you feel like it's their job to figure it out? But remember, they didn't ask to come here. You brought them here. No judging, but I'm keeping it real. If you love your kid, start talking to them. And if you have kids and you are a good communicator and you have a good relationship with your kids, please leave in a comment some of your tools, some of your tips, some of your advice, because other parents may not know what to do. I'm not a parent, so I don't have too much advice except for to sit down and start this conversation and penetrate and penetrate and penetrate until you get through and you got to know your child. So that's the only advice I can really give you. So parents who are really good at this, please leave your tools, your advice in the comments. I really don't ask you guys to share my videos, but I'm asking you to share this one with anybody who has a kid, because time is of the essence, and right now you have no distractions. This is a good time to really get to know your kid and to find out how much of your help they need at this time. Hopefully you will find out some good stuff. Hopefully you'll find out that your child is really good and, you know, is a good person and is contributing to this society in a good way. That's what I'm hoping. But if it's not a good situation, this is a good time to be that parent and to be that superhero and step in and save your child. Okay? So if you understand what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. We can agree to disagree. But don't forget, subscribe to my channel. And please share this video with anyone who have kids, because this is serious. If God is willing, I will see you next week. And thank you so much for watching and for subscribing.